Welcome to Function Focus Lesson 8 with Ms. Barrett. So last week we finished our discussion on solving linear systems of equations. We talked about solving them by graphing, by substitution, and also by elimination. Now we're moving out of the linear functions units and we're moving into polynomials. Today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting polynomials. So, of course, today's objective is hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to add and subtract polynomials. You will have an individual practice worksheet where you will practice adding and subtracting polynomials, which will be due on Wednesday, April 8th. So what is a polynomial? A polynomial is an expression with more than one term. Poly meaning more than one or many. Now, even though it is an expression with more than one term, there is a type of polynomial called a monomial. A monomial. So a monomial example would be 6x. Why is it a monomial? Because it only has one term. Think about the prefix mono, meaning one. Then we have a binomial. For example, 6x squared minus 5. It's called a binomial because it has two terms. The first term being 6x squared, the second term being negative 5. And last but not least, we have a trinomial. An example of a trinomial would be negative 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 6. And again, if you look at the word trinomial, tri means 3. So it has 3 terms. Okay, now each of these polynomials have a degree. The degree of a polynomial is the highest exponent of the polynomial. So the degree is the highest exponent of a polynomial. So looking at this table, let's state the highest degree of each of these polynomials. So this monomial, 6x, has a degree, and I'll denote it degree by D, of 1. Because there's an invisible 1 above this x. So the highest exponent of that degree, 6x, is 1. For the binomial 6x squared minus 5x, minus 5, the highest degree is 2. And for this trinomial, negative 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 6, the highest degree is 3. So as you can see, a degree of any polynomial is the largest exponent in the polynomial. If you look here at these examples, the highest exponent is the first term. That will not always be the case. These terms can be mixed up in any order. However, if you want to write it in standard form, if you want to write a polynomial in standard form, you'll write the polynomial in order from highest degree to lowest degree. That's how you write a polynomial in standard form. You write the terms in order from the highest degree to the lowest degree. For example, we have a polynomial 4x squared minus 7x to the 5th power plus 3x minus 10x plus 2x to the 8th. As you can see, they're not written in order. If I want to write this polynomial in standard form, I must write it from the term with the highest degree, which in this example will be 2x to the 8th power, to the lowest degree, which would be 3. So it'll be 2x to the 8th power. Next highest degree is negative 7x to the 5th. Then it's positive 4x squared. Then it's negative 10x, and then it's plus 3. The original had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. I must make sure that my standard form polynomial has the same amount of terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, they're written from the highest exponent 8 to the next highest exponent 5, then 2, then 1, and then technically 3 is the same as saying 3x to the 0 power. Okay. So this polynomial is written in standard form. Pause the video and you try to put this polynomial 5x to the 5th plus 9x to the 9th minus 4 minus 11x plus 4x squared in standard form. And then unpause it while I show you what the answer is. Okay, so this polynomial has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. I'm going to start with the highest exponent, 9x to the 9th. The next highest is plus 5x to the 5th. Then 4x squared, negative 11x, and then negative 4. When you see a term that does not have an x or does not have a variable, we call that a constant term. That's called a constant term of the polynomial. Okay. So now we have written this polynomial in standard form from highest degree to lowest degree. Now, when you're adding your polynomials, and this should say addition. The steps to adding your polynomials. Number 1, you're going to combine all like terms. And terms are like terms are terms that have the same degree. So here, if I was to add these two polynomials in standard form, I would be able to add negative 7x to the 5th plus 5x to the 5th because they are like terms. They have the same degree. All right. Be sure to use the sign in front of the number when combining like terms. Again, if I was combining this negative 7x to the 5th and this positive 5x to the 5th, I would say negative 7x to the 5th plus 5x to the 5th because the positive sign is in front of that 5x to the 5th. When subtracting, distribute the negative and change the problem to addition. Okay, so when you're subtracting and I will show you this in a moment, when you're subtracting polynomials, you have to first distribute the negative sign and then change the problem to addition. Let's look at some examples. So I have here example number 1, 6x plus 3 plus 2x plus 7. Addition is the easier one. All you have to do for addition is add or combine the like terms. What terms are alike here? This 6x has the same degree as this 2x. They are alike. So 6x plus 2x is 8x. And then this 3 and this 7 are alike. They are both constant terms. So 3 plus 7 is positive 10. So my answer to what is 6x plus 3 plus 2x plus 7, the answer is it's 8x plus 10. Example number 2. Again, we're going to combine our like terms. This negative 2x to the third power, or 2x cubed, is just like 8x cubed. They both have the same degree. Therefore, negative 2x cubed plus 8x cubed is going to be 6x cubed, because negative 2x cubed plus 8x cubed is 6. You can also put this in your calculator. Put negative 2 plus 8 in your calculator, and you're going to get out 6. And 9 and negative 11 are both constant terms, so they are alike. I can combine them. 9 minus 11 is negative 2. So the answer to what is negative 2x cubed plus 9 plus 8x cubed minus 11 is 6x cubed minus 2. Combine your like terms. Okay, that's all we did for these past 2 examples. Now, for example number 3, we have 2 trinomials. We're going to add or combine like terms. So x squared and 3x squared are alike. That's 4x squared. Negative 4 and positive 7 is going to be positive 3, because negative 4 plus 7 is 3, positive 3. And then negative 12x minus 3x is going to be negative 15x. Again, if you're confused about how to add them, you're just adding the coefficients or the number in front of the variable. Okay? And if you put this in your calculator, negative 12 minus 3 is negative 15x. Or negative 12x minus 3x is negative 15x. Now, if you look here, this polynomial is not written in standard form. Whenever you write your answers out, your answers should be written in standard form. And remember, standard form is from the highest exponent to the lowest exponent. So my highest exponent is going to be 4x squared. My next highest exponent is going to be negative 15x, and then plus 3. And this would be my answer. So the clue here, or the goal here, is must be in standard form. Okay, now on letters A and B, I want you to pause the video and you try to add these polynomials. And I will come back and show you the answers. Okay. We have 6x plus 4 plus 4x minus 14. This 16x and this 4x are like terms. I'm going to combine them. 16x plus 4x is 20x. And then these two constant terms, 4 and negative 14, are alike. So I'm going to combine them. 4 minus 14 is negative 10. And this would be my answer. Next up, I have negative 4x squared plus 9x minus 12 plus negative 7x squared minus 15. This negative 4x squared and this negative 7x squared are like terms. Negative 4x squared plus negative 7x squared is negative 11x squared. Okay, now I have positive 9x. Well, if you look over here, I don't have any x terms. I don't have any terms that have the same exponent as 9x. So I'm just going to write 9x down here in my answer because I can't do anything with it. It does not have anything I can combine with it. So it stays in the answer. And then I have negative 12 minus 15, which is going to be negative 27. My answer is already written in standard form. Therefore, I can box it out and say this is the answer. Okay, now subtracting. If you remember on the first page, we said when we're subtracting, we first must distribute the negative. You must distribute the negative. Let's do it. Okay, I have here 19x plus 7 minus 5x plus 2. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this negative, or basically change the sign of everything inside of the second parentheses. So this 19x plus 7 stays the same. But now I have plus negative 1 times 5x is negative 5x. Right? I'm changing the sign of everything. So opposite sign. It was positive 5x, now it's negative 5x. And then negative 1 times positive 2 becomes negative 2. All I basically did is change the sign of everything inside of the second parentheses. Now I can look at this as addition and just add my like terms. This 19x is like this negative 5x. 19x minus 5x is 14x. This positive 7 is just like this negative 2. So 7 minus 2 is positive 5. So the answer to what is 19x plus 7 minus 5x plus 2, the answer is 14x plus 5. Again, I have negative 12 plus 9x to the 5th power minus 5x to the 5th power plus 16. First things first, always distribute the negative. Let me write that up here. Distribute the negative first. That's the key here for subtraction. So this the first set of parentheses stays the same. The second set of parentheses, it's going to change the sign of everything inside. So it becomes negative 5x squared minus 16. Now I can just combine my like terms. This negative 12 is just like this negative 16. Negative 12 minus 16 is negative 28. Positive 9x to the 5th is just like negative 5x squared. To the 5th. Okay? They're alike. They have the same degree. So 9x to the 5th minus 5x to the 5th is going to be 4x to the 5th. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's the answer. But a reminder, the answer must be written in standard form. So it must be written from the highest degree to the lowest degree. So then my answer is going to be 4x to the 5th minus 28. And last but not least, example number 3, I have x to the 4th power minus 3x squared minus 7 minus 5x to the 4th minus 8x squared plus 12. Again, first things first, distribute that negative. So I'm going to rewrite it as addition, where everything in the second set of parentheses, the sign changed. Okay, again, I want to show you. This negative was distributed to this positive 5x squared. Now it's a negative 5x, to the 4th. It was positive 5x to the 4th. Now it's negative 5x to the 4th. This negative was distributed to this negative 8x squared. Now it's a positive 8x squared. The negative was distributed to the positive 12. Now it's negative 12. Now I can just combine my like terms. This x to the 4th is like this negative 5x to the 4th. X to the 4th minus 5x to the 4th is negative 4x to the 4th. This negative 3x squared is like this positive 8x squared. Negative 3x squared plus 8x squared is going to be positive 5x squared. And last but not least, this negative 7 is like this negative 12. So negative 7 minus 12 is going to be negative 19. And my answer is already written in standard form, so I can box it out. The goal here is that since it's subtraction, all you have to do first is distribute the negative, and then you can combine like terms as usual. Your turn. Pause the video and try to use this strategy to subtract these polynomials, and then unpause the video to get the answers. Okay, I have 4x squared plus 13 minus 7x squared minus 7. I'm going to distribute the negative, which changes the sign of everything in the second set of parentheses. So it becomes 7x squared plus, it becomes negative 7x squared plus 7. It was positive 7x squared, now it's negative 7x squared. It was negative 7, now it's positive 7. I can combine my like terms. 4x squared minus 7x squared is going to be negative 3x squared. And then 13 plus 7 is going to be 20, positive 20. Next up, negative 15x plus 7x cubed minus 1 minus negative 3x cubed minus 14x minus 8. Distribute that negative. I'm going to get negative 15x plus 7x cubed minus 1 plus positive 3x cubed plus 14x plus 8. All I did was change these signs to positives. Now I can combine my like terms. Negative 15x goes with 14x. That gives me negative 1x. 7x cubed goes with 3x cubed. That's going to give me a positive 3x cubed. That's going to give me 7x cubed plus 3x cubed, which is 10x cubed. And then negative 1 goes with 8. So it's negative 1 plus 8, which is positive 7. My answer is not written in standard form. So this is going to equal 10x cubed minus 1x plus 7. And that's the answer. Written from highest degree to lowest degree. Okay, now for your practice, you have 4 problems. Use your notes with what you know about adding, subtracting polynomials. This is due on April 8th, which is Wednesday. I hope everyone is having a good weekend, having a good Monday, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.